Hey everyone, Thudson Gaming here. I just wanted to put my unedited patch review. It's about an hour and a half long, just under that, of the Diablo pre-season 1 patch. There's a whole lot of information I reviewed pretty in-depthly. Skipped through some parts, but most of it, I mean, it's a lot of detail. And just gonna say it up front, was very surprised. It was not 100% angry with everything, but the majority of it was kind of a disappointment. I think they went the wrong way with a few. So from here, here's the unedited patch review. All right, patch 1.1. Let's see, what else was released? Oh yeah, I guess help. All right, alrighty then. Let's see here. Season, new unique items, legendary aspects, 6 unique items. Them to enhance. All right, blah blah. The 6 uniques. Havaron, Spear of Lycandra, Uber Unique Staff, World Tier 4. In a random shrine effect, 10 to 20 seconds after killing an elite enemy can only occur once every 30 seconds. It's pretty wild. Get as long as you don't get the greed shrine, I guess. So that's awful. Barbarian Unique Sword, lucky hit your core skills, have up to 20 freeze enemies. Not bad. Freeze crowd control. Azurath, they brought it back. Flesh render. Debilitating roar. Bloodhound deal 0.5 to 1.0 damage by poison. Don't know exactly what that does because I don't have a druid. Lidless wall. Finally, they lucky hit. While you have an active Bone Storm, hitting an enemy outside of the Bone Storm has a 5 to 25% chance to spawn an additional Bone Storm at their location. Each of your active sacrifice bonuses increases the chance by 25% and the total number of additional bone. Damn. That actually sounds pretty freaking cool. Unfortunately, they just said fuck the minion build even more. Rogue Eaglehorn, unique bow. Penetrating shot has a 30 to 80 chance to fire an arrow that bounces off walls and scenery, hitting an enemy from behind with penetrating shot. Okay. This part don't really, I guess, be cool when you bounce it off of stuff, but the ricocheting allows, I guess, for even more. How many? Does it only bounce off once, or does it have a every time a 30 to 80 chance to bounce off? Because that could get wild with that other legendary aspect they have. Oculus, oh, Diablo 2, here we go. Gain the effect of teleport enchantment for free. Holy shit. That's you oh shit. Never mind. This is jeez. Effect I thought this was great till going to a freaking random location. I don't want to go to random locations. Items have a flat damage effect, which scales with power, for example. Power of the Azure. A new legendary aspects. Audacity. Utility. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for seconds. Alright, that's a nice way to provide a stun. Does occur once the same minion, or does this effect procs only once seconds? And then Craven mobility aspect, you gain 20 when moving away from slow to chilled enemies. I guess this help out a lot if you're playing a cold store. Fortunately, well, I think you could put mobility on it, not boots. I think you could put it on amulet maybe, but amulet. Barbarian Ancestral Charge. Offensive X charge calls forth 4 ancients who charge. That's doesn't sound bad. Making a charge barb. Um, yeah, so doubling the damage. I don't know what the damage range is, and but might be able to make something work with that. Druid, Subterranean, of aspect. Poison creepers active also casts landslide in a circle around you. Earth skills deal 10-20%. That's actually sounds huge. The damage, 10 to 20% increased damage to poison enemies. That's a multiplier. Which sounds like it is pretty wild. Necromancer, Four Quills, offensive aspect. Blood Lance will now consume blood orbs. Will also conjure lances. Alright, so you get a spawn blood orbs or whatever, and every time you pick one up, blood orbs to also, yeah, so I'm assuming walk over the blood orbs to conjure a blood lance. Sounds like the kind of like the corpse lance from Diablo 3. 20 50% of the normal damage and prioritizes the targeting unlance. I don't remember what blood lance does exactly, so I wonder if there's a specific reason why you want to target multiple things, and I think it's because they stack. I can't remember. Pestilent points, offensive aspect. Every third cast of Ponder is a poison imbued. Oh, and poison imbue while you're doing. I think is it vulnerable? I can't remember what third effect or bounces. I can't remember what it is. Sorcerer Searing Wards. After spending 200 to 100 mana, your next firewall is free to. Gosh, dang it. That's cool, I guess, to help stop dying from. It's all firewalls are destroy incoming missiles. There's only the one that you spend. Bug fixes, primarily made to screen reader. Challenges, choose with challenges. A lot of challenges here. Feat strength. Slay the level 100 ping solo. Okay. I haven't done that. Some cooperative play. One of the players obsession. Dungeons. No. Dungeon. That I hope that actually noticeable. Can't I already have a rough time killing structures, so I hope that helps. Notice that. Weapon. So this stuff just Barbarian gameplay. Still bug fixes. Number Barbarian class man. Of assume 2 overpower buffs simultaneously. Shred to do 3 amount. Oh, more billion damage shreds. Somebody will find another way to abuse something. They always do. Life bonus activate. Sound like damage Necromancer was doing as a bug is probably just. I want to assume they're just receiving crazy nerfs then. Back. It's an issue with dash. Eldritch Bounty Paragon. Rapid Fire had an extra arrow, it'll fix it. radically. Fix an issue where the Firebolt enchantment effect did not contribute to the combustion key passive. Good. Passive stacks generated on the element partially recasting Ice Shard enchant. Oh. So got nerfed? Because that's that sucks. Like it already sucks killing a boss as a sorcerer, so if I no longer get all three effects of aspect to control, then I don't even know what to do. So we'll test it out here after this, see how it feels. Teleport. Fix it. Chest in a wet phase. Oh, jeez. Active with object. Multiple. Avoid damage from bosses if they patient. Rotten relics. Cold bleeding. Use a plate. God, this might sounds great. If this is what I think it is, because Cold Enchanted really sucks. So I hope this actually gets fixed. Yeah, these two things. Hope that's makes it to where Cold Enchanted actually doesn't feel like it's a pain in the ass to use. Spawn would provide infinite Helltide and field damage by Helltide Firestorm. Activated by Shamans would be drop. Chain Lightning could bounce infinite mass or another Crackling. Cost reduction from. Well, nobody really knows this except like what 3 people maybe that have this freaking ring. Protector would trigger its barrier effect after being destroyed. There, but bug fix. Action would reset the bone. Mass. Race Conclave. Plus design property. Also increase creating an item, and the aspect power would increase creating an item. So does that mean if that these two things, these are huge. Not trigger properly with several abilities. I wonder what those abilities were that they fixed it with. Yeah, I really hope they have the drop rates fixed. That's the one thing I hope I'm reading down. I get down to the part where it says uber unique drop rates are cut in half or even more because there's no reason for them to be that high. Fix an issue with items of higher power to be intended we're dropping from rare monsters. Fix an attack. Passing the player. Okay, well, probably gonna see hits from the warg. Pitless Gur monster would endlessly run in circles. Fix lightning and champion goat mode would fail to deal damage to the player. Fix an issue where monsters in the suppressor effects were immune to damage from abilities that started initially outside of the circle. A barbarian would whirlwind or cast bones of a monster with the suppressor effects could also have the suppressor effects. Oh, 1 second. Oh. All right, sorry about that. Had a phone call. The where it's an issue where clones with monster suppressor effects could also that was really annoying. Goblins behave erratically and initially engage from a long distance. Fixes multiple other issues. Monster behave properly. Hope this is like the monsters just running in circles because Butcher does that a lot. Same thing with a couple bosses. They'll just run around you for whatever reason. Bunch of quest fixes. Not gonna go. Like there's quests and events here. Well, side events because they're trash. User interface. And user experience. It's an issue where the minimap didn't accurately just pick the game during blind eye quest. Network. Oh, there we go. At least crosshair. You have the cross network play enabled message sent to chat each time a campaign quest objective is completed. Cult leader Paragon passive. No hostile menu. Map pin not functioning. Alright, well at least map quest is gonna be better. Quest and whisper markers weren't displaying properly. Very simple. 30 MS skills. Fixed an issue with completion music. Beating avarice. Battle.net friend request. Camel made no noise. Sound when Lorath kicks messy fake. Loading screen upgrades, more dynamic loading screens. Seasoned malignant. Dudes having more ads. Alright, well. The door anymore. Ultra Lilith. Gameplay updates. Ultra Lilith unlocked account wide. Map discovery account wide. Whispers no longer require a reward sigil dust. That overall loot quality has been significantly improved for silent chests. And that's the whisper chest. That's good to see because they were pretty garbage. Time for leaving the dungeon ability has been increased. 5. Tendency for rounding combat, so the characters don't have to chase down. That's going to be nice. Wireless controller support for PC. Renown value adjustment. Side quests renown. Oh shit. That's actually huge. So, going to need a lot less. So my guide, or at least my table I put together, is now significantly off on what you need to do when you complete all your side dungeons, dungeons and side quests. So that's nice. Go tier 2 has the following bonuses: increased gold, and monsters now drop 15% more items. Like that, World 2 has roll but increased rewards. So that's probably a good thing because yeah, it didn't really feel worthwhile to do it all, but probably still isn't going to be unless you're one-shotting stuff. Level scaling inside dungeons. Most over territories have been adjusted in 4. Monsters will begin to trail behind the player level after a certain point up to a maximum of 5 levels behind. Change does not affect world bosses, legion events, hatred, and dungeons. Just set their power progression. So if a player's level is 50 below 55, the monster level is 55. If the player level is 56 through 60, the monster level is 50. Interesting. So you're actually getting a big nerf to your XP if you do normal dungeons in tier 3 and world tier 4, because scaling feel powerful, I guess. They should have changed how Nightmare Dungeons work, I guess, then. That board experience for completing Whispers and War has been significantly increased. Oh, so they're giving it a killing monster higher level than pre-season. This is one level higher. 0.5% level up to 10. Higher level. So preseason, you get 25%. Yeah, well, depends. Like I said, you don't necessarily want to do World Tier 2 if you don't have, if you're not one, if it's taking you 20% longer, let's see. Doesn't tell you, or doesn't have in here what the scaling is. I'm pretty sure they're like 20% stronger or 15% stronger. So if it takes you 15% longer to kill them than or more, it's inefficient technically to do. But if you one-shotting everything in World Tier 2, then if you have good legendaries or your build just does really well, then it would be more beneficial than to do that with, especially with the XP or bonus gold and stuff like that if you need the gold. Here with monsters being higher level, so you get significantly less than monsters are higher level. So this is a huge nerf to XP. So ideally, you always wanted to do dungeons 3 levels higher. Now it's like, all right, doing a dungeon 10 levels higher is only giving you a, not even, or just over half the XP. Something was 3 levels higher. Holy crap. We're also adjusting experience rewards for monster levels offset for higher world tiers. Current world tier offers tier offsets. Offering adjusting experience rewards. Current world tier 2, world tier up to +1. We're changing this to +3 unchanged, world tier. Oh, level 1, your friend's arena, world tier 4, and you level 100. So, after the season, we'll get. Does it also scale now to your level? Interesting. Not like it matters, it's just the same, so, or it's considered the same. Yeah. Holy crap, they just nerfed boosting or power leveling by an insane amount. Holy crap. I don't know. I mean, it's fine, I guess, making people actually play the game and gonna make getting boosting much more difficult, but this is, I don't know why they did this. Now it's just gonna be more of a pain in the ass to try and level up. I mean, I know they're gonna add in what is it? Something you can spin that ashen dust on next or during the battle pass to get bonus XP, but I don't know if that's gonna be really worth it. Plus, you're not gonna get it until super late. Helltide, we're looking at increasing the danger in Helltides, risk gameplay by making monsters. That's fine. I think 3 levels higher is fine. The Tortured Gift and Mysteries, holy shit, almost or 1.5 times increase in price, pretty much. Non-interactive zones have a small chance to. Okay, well at least they increased more areas to ways to get it, because right now it's killing the same stuff. Following balance applies to both seasonal and eternal realm. I guess we'll start with save the source last. Violent double swing, vulnerability duration increased. Alright, that's good because keeping vulnerability in the game, I going to touch. So vulnerability reduced by about 4. Holy shit. Alright, there's like I don't even crazy. There's a lot of changes that happen. So violent double swing. Alright, I don't think I can go over or classes yet because of all the general changes, so probably give us a better idea. The aspect of disobedience, maximum stacks reduced from 160. Oh my. Maximum bonus armor too. Holy, that's insane. Why? I'm literally as a sorcerer, not only do I not get 50% increased armor, I now only get 30%. Oh god. I already have no armor. Might as well not even run it anymore. Aspect to retribution bonus, damage to stun enemies. Used. Okay, well that's it. Exploit aspect, bonus damage unstoppable. I currently run that on the boots. Still probably best to run on the boots. Starlight aspect. Resource restore increased. This is see what this is. The 10 to 20 for every 25% of your life. I mean that's cool if you have, I guess, giant ways to heal yourself. The items. Butcher Cleaver slow increased from 40 to 75. So buff the low end of it. Drop rate adjustments increase the drop rate of ancestral and sacred items in nightmare dungeons from 5 to 10%. Still might not be worthwhile because it doesn't unless higher or more of them. I gave it a 20% chance to drop an extra equipment item from a outside of nightmare dungeons. Item from outside of a nightmare dungeon. Okay, so this just nerfed normal dungeons even more. Drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters in Nightmare Dungeons Hell Tide, so now you're more incentive. Nightmare Dungeons have a 50% chance to drop a second legendary item upon complete. So now you have two chance, or you have guaranteed one, and then you have 50% chance to complete one to get. Now give 3 rare items upon completion. So you get 4 items in total now, and potentially of the 4 items, 2 of them can be rare, guaranteed one of them, or 2 of them legendary. One of them is guaranteed to be legendary, 3 of them are rares, but one of those rares has a 50% chance to upgrade to legendary. Not sure if it's still worth it because the problem is if I can still get a sacred, then it's kind of a waste of time. Monsters increase monster HP scaling from 85% to 100% bonus per extra player in the party. So they now just double, so every person now doubles it, so it's technically scales properly now per person instead of it being better to have more and more people. Adjusting the scaling of the Greed Shrine to improve its effectiveness. Okay, well, at least Greed Shrine's now better. World bosses now drop potions more often. That's fine, I guess. I don't even do them because they don't spawn often enough. Map. There's no longer a limit to how many materials you can refine into. Okay, well that's good. Item affixes. Right. My dog's just taking a nap. Blanket. So many affixes are too efficient and are outshining alternatives. We're looking to find the outliers, improve the number of meaningful choices in competitive slots, and increase the overall flexibility of items. We know that changes will reduce the total amount of possible power each character can possess. So we're monitoring how these changes affect players conquer expected milestones throughout the season. We're increasing the availability of the affixes below to make them easier to include in different builds. Roll impaired duration reduction now appear on pants. I don't care. I don't I have enough unstoppable that I'm fine. Barrier generation can now appear on for all classes and will begin dropping later in the game. Lucky hit chance while you have a barrier now appear on all classes, reduced by 12% when on helm and 20% on offhand. Mastery skill damage newly added can appear on sorcerer weapons. Okay, so this actually be pretty huge for the for our build because we just actually got a wand with overpower and we just rolled the critical strike damage so we can max it instead of alright, well now we gotta find another wand. Resistance to all elements here on shields. Well, the core stat bonus on weapons has been overperforming, so we're pulling it back on all on bonuses. So 50% stronger when on weapons down to 25%. So Damn, that's a pretty big cut. Reduction affects is often felt mandatory due to the raw power, reimagine cooldown reduction. Highly desirable stat, but oh no. Oh god, I wonder what we're down to now, because I think in our, I don't know what our, we were at like something ridiculously high. I think the sorcerer, like this guide has it at a 44%. So I mean, what, a 30% reduction, so around 35-ish percent. I imagine. So I'm gonna be even less than that because I'm not max. I think I aim. No, I think it's one of the rolls on the offhand is human skill cooldown reduction reduced, grasp cooldown reduction reduced, critical strike damage and vulnerable damage often viewed as a hard requirement. That's because you have damage buckets. We would get rid of it, or we just at least pull vulnerability off because I don't want to have to run it. I think it's stupid. Do this a step towards allowing builds to flourish and will changes. Critical strike damage, maybe fine, I guess. Lightning, critical strike, strike damage with bone. This is huge. That's a crazy amount. I think it was over 200% yesterday. So when we log in, I'll probably be just over 100. I would imagine 130 maybe. Rarities and inherent affixes and rule on some weapons. Yeah, these two guys, I can't get them, so I hate people that have them. Which is the every other class besides, or maybe druids. I don't think druids can benefit from it either. So at least we can feel somewhat alive there. Damage bonus to crowd control enemies was overperforming relative to the ease of activating versus stricter crowd control types. So that's fine. I'd try and stack a whole lot of that. These are a lot of huge changes because I actually just made a bunch of changes yesterday that increased a lot of my non-physical damage. So unless that's only on gear, but I think that's just hopefully overall. So we might be like 100% fire damage. Happen pretty much all the additive skills just looks like they got a huge buff. Except total armor, because why not screw over classes that don't stack armor or can't stack it very well? They just got nerfed some more. It's just, oh god. All of these damage reductions. They really just don't want sorcerers to survive. How am I supposed to survive if I can't stack armor? Especially with tomorrow or on Thursday when there are rings I can't even put skulls in because I have to put those hearts in there. Alright, so now that we know vulnerability just got gutted almost. I mean, yeah, I guess everybody else plays. Violent double swing, vulnerable damage, or duration was increased, which is fine, I guess, so they can at least still do damage. Upheaval damage, bonus per stack increased. Power charge, cooldown. Yeah, I know. Gotta wait till season 2 for those resistance changes. That'll be the day. That'll be the day for sure. Tactical ground stomp, fury gained. That's nice. Yeah, the plus, well, the Necromancer, they'll just run shields. They'll be even better. Especially because, where is it at? Somewhere in here. One of the most ridiculous, right here. The only class that can use shields, I'm pretty sure. I don't think the Druids can. So, season 2, Necro's gonna be unkillable. Changed my mind. Um, the tactical ground stomp got its fury. That's almost double. That's nice for fury generation. Enhanced death blow damage bonus to bosses. Okay, that's there. Deal grass vulnerability duration increased 0.5 seconds. Okay, so Druid can't use shields. But maybe there'll be a patch in, or maybe in here say Druids can use shields. Just because what is it? All the other damage reductions, except you did oh yeah, right here. You lost armor, or the druids lose armor and werebear and werewolf now. So if you're running those any of those bonuses, got a 25% gut there. So let's see. Um, Enhanced Steel Grasp vulnerability duration increase, enhanced rupture damage. Doesn't rupture already do a shit ton of damage? So you know, 50% increase seems quite a lot. Warrior's Rupture attack speed bonus increase 30%. Yeah, they're nerfing survivability. They don't want people to do 100 or tier 100s. They want everybody to feel like the sorcerer grinding their teeth trying to do a 70s, where you walk around the corner and then like a skeleton archer just shoots you with a little feather arrow that you just kill over. Fighter's Rupture healing increase from 15% to 18% max life. That's an upgrade, not a huge, but I'm not sure how much of those are. Hamstring now only slows. Yeah, I think there's some stuff I've been seeing with, or there was something I saw with the rupture with a bleed doing insane amount of damage. So I'm sure we'll see a nerf in here or something like that. I didn't really see major bug fix, but I also don't know the skills a whole lot on the barbarian. Cut the bone, bleeding damage bonus, vulnerable enemy use. That's 1%, 2%, so 3% loss, but you get to, I guess, 15, a little bit. Oh yeah, the list of one shots, sure. Those guys are the worst. Brass Glyph bonus now affects all damage instead of just core skills. Oh, there you go, at least. Relentless Berserker aspect duration increased from 1 to 2. Not sure what it does. Up. So lucky hit, damage of the core skill is up to a 33 to 66 chance. So it's just extending your duration of berserking, doubling it if it's critical strike. So you can get to 4 seconds instead of if you crit, which sounds pretty good because I think they have a whole lot of bonuses when they're berserking. Battle Mad aspect, berserking duration increase. A lot of berserking in Crawler's aspect. I think this is just did some buffs, and then they're gonna do some more buffs. I think Brawler's aspect. Yeah. So I want to know if the the kick now. I know Dylan was trying to do a kick build. He has a video up on it, and they nerfed it, but then or they buffed it, then they nerfed the scaling you could get because you could actually take an aspect that was through the occultist or whatever that you got through the dungeon, and then if you were if you were high enough level, it actually started scaling off your level and not the item power. But then they hot fixed it in a recent patch. I think it was this guy. Um, Something in here where an aspect or your aspects would scale off level. Let's skip around for a second. Bad idea. I don't know what it is. There was a thing. They did a hot fix the other day, or that would apply something in or from your elixir would pretty much the occultist would scale off. All right, here. Fix an issue where aspects that deal flat damage imprinted to your codex of power scaled with player level instead of item power. So like the brawler in here. So this thing in theory could get up to like 17,000. Because it was scaling off level. So it was like ridiculous high how much damage he was actually able to do with. Let's go back up. They better have buffed the Grizzly Rage one then. Yeah, we'll see what they what buffs they did, because yeah, like I said, they seem to do a whole lot of nerfs, especially to vulnerability, but vulnerability needed it. I recommended that they just move vulnerability to its own, or back or into the additive bucket, so it's not a requirement. But with it being reduced so much, it's still a requirement, but probably not as thought out anymore. Or like, well, actually, you'll still need to stack it because it's a multiplier, but um, maybe it'll be a lot better. Um, aspect of the Burning Rage. Yeah, no, it made it to where, yeah, like where you'd actually now when made it, yeah, it made it to where you wanted to use the occultist um to make your flat damage, but unfortunately like the sorcerer didn't have any cultist aspects that scaled or that you could get. You actually like, so like, cuz was using this meteor one, um this guy right here. Fortunately, this one doesn't scale off of the or you couldn't actually get it through dungeons. You actually had to find it on the drop. So if they gave it to everybody, I think it would have been better. But unfortunately, like some of them had flat damage scaling, so which makes us wonder that if we're gonna get to 999 item power, because you can see here it has the code written from 12 to 3402, which get up there if you get to item power 999. So Um, Burning Rage damage increase. I'm not sure which one that one is. I'm assuming that one does fire damage, I believe, while you're berserking, I'm pretty sure. So it gives you a burn damage reduction. So I think that might be what's this one? Iron War. Yeah, Iron Skin, make you unstoppable, some more damage reduction. That's gives they're really trying to get you to step away from the um whatever the heck these are called. Um the using the one skills or whatever. So getting or using the shouts and start using other defensives. Taking aspect, lucky hit chance increase from 30 to 50% to 60. Special echoes, lucky hit chance. Weapon mastery aspect, lucky hit. Well, small, very small upgrade. Forced ever sitting grips now explodes every 2 seconds on or every 2 seconds or after it ends. And fields a crimson damage bonus 10 to 50. Druid, enhanced claw attack speed bonus. 50% increase there. Storm spike damage reduction reduced. So storm spike now that you lose. So you get a little bit. You're not as tanky anymore. You're not reducing damage by 25%. Boulder damage increase. That's not bad. Little less than 50% increase. I'm at 13%, and yeah, so just under 50% increase. A 40%. Savage Trample, Spirit Gain, doubling the Spirit you gain from the not bad. Prime Lacerate healing. Yeah, yeah, even more damage reduction there. Big sad for the big sad for the druids. Prime Lacerate, so 3%, so a little bit of extra healing, almost 50 or almost doubling on healing. Cataclysm, lightning damage increased, tornado damage increased, so about a 13% damage increase there. So, or 13% increased value. So we're looking at not a very large fraction. Same thing here. Extreme Cataclysm, vulnerability duration. Where's that? Prime Grizzly Rage now grants unstoppable instead of wait, 6 seconds instead. So does Grizzly Rage then last a way longer than 6 seconds then? Because if that's the case, yeah, it's unfortunate. Prime Cataclysm ability increased. Prime Cataclysm duration increased to double it. Yeah, so instead of while active, stoppable. Now you're uh passive. Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's big oof. I mean, I'm assuming you got other ways. Holy, you had a 20. So you just so so you had Grizzly Rage go from 23 seconds of unstoppable down to 6 seconds now. So a third of what it was. No, a fourth of what unstoppable you're. So good lord. I'm assuming you have other ways to get unstoppable. Now you just have to run those. Uh, provocation, I don't know, provocation threshold required to guaranteed overpower reduced. Uh, guaranteed overpower reduced. Oh, that's actually pretty huge. Um, guaranteeing overpower because overpower is its own bucket. So every 16 seconds, then you can guarantee an overpower. So if you have 100%, now you're just doubling your damage every 16 seconds guaranteed. Especially if you have enough extra health and stuff like that to benefit the overpower damage. Pretty sure overpower scales off, or scales off for fortified, I believe. Remember correctly. Masochistic now requires a lucky hit chance of 75. I don't know any of these spirit boons, unfortunately. Now also requires a lucky hit 5%. Prickle skin thorns increased. Hey, 50% thorns increase. Iron feather maximum life increase. Almost a 50% max life increase. Bolster fortify increase from another 50% increase. And overload damage 0.2 to 0.5. So, 25% damage increase there. Earth shields, Earth shield and trample are the only other two that give. And Earth shield is 6 seconds and trample is like 1 second. But so that's like a sorcerer teleport is an unstoppable, but it's only for that duration pretty much while you're casting teleport. Carry over. Spirit glyphs bonus now affects all. Okay. I wonder then if so we see a second glyph now that affects all skills instead of core skills now. So my guess is that the sorcerer one, destruction, I believe is what it's called, is getting that same change. I hope. Aspect of the calm breeze, lucky hit chance increase from 5 to 10% to 17 to 20. Balanced aspect, maximum spirit increase from 30 to 80. I have yet to touch the calm. Is calm breeze. Apparently not on oh, type today. Okay, so it's a resource one. Lucky hit when shares a 5 to 10% chance to fully restore your spirit. So was that not a lucky hit before? Sounds like. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't. That was. What is it? This got small buff. Get lucky hit. Where the hell was something in here that? Oh yeah, this thing, this spirit boon. called? Masochist. Critical strikes from shapeshifting skill for 3%. So now you have to get a lucky hit, 75% chance on a lucky hit to activate that. So they reduce some of the healing. Um, balanced aspect, maximum. Assuming that's another aspect. Increase the maximum spirit and spirit generation by 20 pages active. So, oh, little buff there. Yeah, go ahead. Aspect from Tempest damage bonus increase from 7 to 715 to 10 to 18. So small little buff there. 10 to drag you in. There you go. Bring you in here. I don't think it matters in here, so because it's listed as an adult or not a child stream, so just not an 18 plus. But yeah, I don't know. Was there a timer on? Oh well, I'm not making ad revenue here, so jokes on them. I'd have to actually do something. What is this? What was it? A Tempest? That's what. The Tempest is getting type of buff here. Aspect of the Tempest, hurricane damage increased 10.5 to 22.5 multiplier. So that's a huge, actually a huge damage. Aspect of the, oh, that's seen. This is 10.5 to 22. Oh, it's at the bottom? No, that doesn't make. Oh, it's going. I don't, oh, it's because I'm looking at the amulet. So yeah, so hurricane damage is getting increased. Skinwalker's aspect healing is getting a small increase. Getting yeah, the damage multiplier because that's a damage multiplier. So that's I mean yeah. So well yeah, so on amulet it's going to be 22.5 because it looks like Maxroll updated already is already updated their site with all this stuff. So with the scalings is or no it is it's not I lied. So yeah so that's going to be huge. That's quite a large damage increase on hurricane. I mean not a, I mean it's like a going up at 3% in value. Like what a not even a 25% increase. Yeah, but so I'm just the damage multiplier on it. So you're looking like a 25% damage increase. It looks like potential or the scaling is going up by about 25%. The healing you get from Skinwalker gone up a small value, like about another 25-ish%, going from zero point 0.5 to 0.05 to 1 0.1 to 0.0, but that's scaling with times item power and symbiotic aspect cooldown reduction reduced. Holy shit. Symbiotic aspect cool from 4 to 8 to 3 to 5, so almost a 50%. Right, no, that's I think that's a nerf actually. When Nature's Fury's key passive triggers a free skill, your non-ultimate cooldowns of the opposite type are reduced by 4 to 8. Oh yeah, so they're nerfing that. They're nerfing that from 4 to 8 to 3 to 5, so the maximum you get is 5 seconds down off of it. Aspect of Stampede damage bonus increased. Is that the one for the over or not the overpower, the one that shoots up all the rocks out of everywhere? Yeah, that one just gotta. They're bringing that back up. Or no, that's actually aspect of Stampede is gain one additional companion. In addition, your companion skills deal more damage. So they're about a 50%, just over 50% damage increase they're adding there. Shepherd's damage bonus increase 6 to 8 to 6. Got its damage increase. Other, I'm assuming. Nope, I lied. Core skills deal an additional damage for each active. Oh, so yes, technically you can get 2% increase more damage. So for each companion you have, you can increase your core skill damage. So if you put that obviously like in your amulet, that would be a 15% increased damage instead of a 11.5 or 12 increase. Insatiable Fury Werebear skill ranks increase, and then Mad Wolf's Lee Werewolf skill ranks increase. So, not sure what those are. Insatiable Fury Werebear, and then Mad Wolf's. So it's items. Insatiable Fury Werebear skill. Oh wait, I'm items. It's gotcha. Insatiable Fury. Okay, so Insatiable Fury will give you +3, and then Mad Wolves will give you +3 now instead of +2 for those. So little buff there. Necromancer. Oh, I guess I could probably. Not for you. Whatever. Elaborate for.
I was gonna say something. I might want to add your chat in there too when you're doing videos like this. So if
Yeah.
you're talking.
Yep. No, I plan on, and I think it's the live stream at least does actual video breakout. The Necromancer innate post slow or when increased paranormal sever cast required for vulnerable reduced from 4 to 3. Okay, so to apply vulnerable with the sever, you now only need 3 attacks, enhanced blood surge, healing increased from 5 to 3% max life, enhanced blood lance damage reduction for piercing reduced from 15% to 10%. So blood lance, I guess that did less 15% damage when now it does 10%. We're trying to part of that. Bone Prison initial essence increased from 15 to 25. Iron Maiden healing increased. Golems move faster and unhindered through enemies when their cooldown is activated. Green blood wave release behind blood orbs. Path, raise skeleton corpse. Auto targeting corpses on mouse and keyboard. Oh, I know there has been issues where people were saying you had to like pinpoint accurate sometimes with the those corpse skills. That's a good beast. Raise skeleton and skeletal priest bonus damage increased from 20 to 20. I didn't know skeletal priest did bonus or did any damage, so I didn't.
Yeah, they increase the damage and then heal the
Okay.
minion.
So they just got a 50% damage increase and raise skeletal priest healing also. So now they get pump out some more healing by another 50%. So from 10 to 15. Nice. Bullshit bonus damage of vulnerable reduced, so they just nerfed vulnerable damage. Transfusion minion healing increased from 15 to 45% to 20 to 60, so a 5% up to pretty minion healing. That's actually pretty. So now
Yeah.
taking that passive, now they get 60% healing instead of 45% of healing. Drain vitality, lucky hit chance by damage. First is it like passive, but activate. No, just oh yes, yeah. So so you apply the curse, and now the damage that you deal 12%. So 30 jumped up 3 to 9 to 4 to about a third damage. Necromancer automatically will now automatically resummon after respawning during a world boss fight. Oh, that's good. So you don't have to worry about trying to summon the fuckers when you're dead. Delta Warrior Defenders upgrade Thorns inherited increase. Oh, good. My thorns build for season 2 is gonna be god tier until they nerf it into the ground. Shadow Skeleton Mage upgrade attacks required for an additional Shadow Bolt reduced from 5 to 4, so to damage. Bone Skeleton Mage upgrade fortify amount 11 to 20%, almost doubling that. And Iron Golems upgrade attacks required for slam attack reduced. Okay, so 25% more often as well for ground slam attack. It seems a lot of minion buffs here, which is good to see. Essence glyphs now affects all damage. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely see. I assume the core skill glyph or whatever Rogue as well. Glinting aspect bone shard damage reduced into okay, that's probably fine because Necromancer does anything assumes powered bit. The attack beyond the first vulnerable damage, bone shards from just a huge amount of damage to cut there. Bone spear build.
Probably pretty necessary.
Yeah, their bone spear hits like a truck. Let me tell you, when I play with Sam, I feel literally useless because he's one-shotting everything. So, because yeah, that thing does. The primary attack makes enemies hit beyond the first vulnerable, and then bone shards from bone spear, which are the returning crap, deals a shit ton increased damage to bone or bonus damage to the vulnerable enemies, and then pierce them as well. So it was scaling, yeah. So 100%. If you threw that on your amulet, it's like 150 or 100, yeah, 150% or whatever it is. So huge nerf on that. Aspect of plunging darkness, bonus damage increased. Darkness does, but I mean darkness. Bone prison spawns pool of blight, so its damage has got the blight damage got increased. Coldbringer's aspect, blizzard cooldown. Wait, right spot.
I feel like
Yeah, your cold skeletal
they
mage.
had like
Oh,
multiple developers with like 7th grade math understanding to
yeah.
like fucking like actual paid mathematician fucking professionals,
So
and just told them, hey, play with this formula and let them both have at it for different shit.
so the cold bringer or whatever. Uh, so now they can cast the skeletal mages can cast blizzard now every 8 seconds instead of 10. Aspect of hungry blood, chance to fire a blood lance increased. Small increase there.
How come they're
Blood's.
trying to give Necro real pets, but they can't give Druid real pet builds?
I mean, they just sort of did with the couple of the.
But it's not really a pet build because
You're
it's
using the pets
getting a
to
bunch of
increase your
pets
cores.
so that you get buffed.
Yeah, that's
I want real fucking
yeah.
AFK, spam my mobs in a tunnel so they can't attack. Druid.
Blood-soaked aspect damage increased. Aspect of ultimate shadow damage increased. Aspect of grasping. Binds, critical strike damage bonus reduced. Good. Not sure what it is, but it probably is worth it. Everything. Increased critical strike chance for when you cast corpse tendrils. Yeah, so yeah, everybody runs it, so nerf it down. Gale aspect, bone storm duration increase. See, I want to get a lidless wall. I don't know if you saw that part. One of the new uniques is lidless wall, and so when you hit something while you have bone storm active, it has like a up to a 30% chance to also activate a bone storm on that creature or that thing that you hit, and so this also increases that duration of your, and it like did some damage increase as well. Aspect of the Damned, bonus damage increased. Bloodbathe, aspect echo, damage reduction. Aspect of reanimation skeletons, bonus damage increase. So the reanimation skeletons. And then really here. Skeletons increase damage while you're while alive. I hope your skeletons are alive, but I guess it's a pain in the ass to try and do that. Oh, for up to 40% after 10 seconds. So when they want to cycle them, you want your skeletons to die. Then I'm confused. I guess you're not supposed to constantly have skeletons alive because yeah, if you're gonna run it, you want to increase the damage I guess while they're alive for 10 seconds. And then blood bathe aspect echo. I assume.
Dude, that's what Necromancer needs. They need a passive with like 3 points that like every 18, 16, and 14 seconds you just spawn a free skeleton.
Bloodless scream
Pops
essence.
out of you.
Alright, let's see. A scream essence gained from item, and then deathless visage damage increased. Rogue, not a whole lot, which maybe it's about the same. I don't know. Advanced rapid fire duration increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Let's see. Rogue fires over. Rapid fire deals increased critical strike damage. Rapid fire deals 30% times increased strike damage for 3 seconds after you evade. So now after you evade, you can now deal. It just lasts longer for that buff. Caltrap's cast speed is increased. That's good. Against cold imbue, lucky hit chance increased. That's nice. Against smoke grenade damage, probably a good thing. 50% or 25% more damage. The things that are stun grenade, methodical dash, maximum cooldown reduction increased. That's nice, so they can cast dash more often. Concealment stealth duration increased 4 to 5. 5% increase there. Enhanced dark shrouds, chance to not consume. That's okay, almost a 50% increased duration or chance to keep your dark shroud, and then supreme death trap cooldown reduction increased 10 to 12 seconds. Is that if death trap kills an enemy, its cooldown's reduced, so instead of 10 seconds, now 12 seconds. Pretty decent. 20% increase or 27% buff there. Demise lucky hit chance increased. Siphoning strikes now also requires lucky hit chance. Damage over time effects increase. Mending obscurity healing per second while stealth. Aftermath energy restored. That's crazy. A lot more energy. Combat glyphs bonus. Oh, affects all damage instead of just core skills. Eldritch Bounty legendary node duration increase 6 to 9. I don't see when I click the sorcerer one and we get down to the paragon, and if it doesn't say the cold damage and the lightning damage glyph haven't been fixed, I'm gonna be so freaking pissed. Preparation, ultimate cooldown reduction increase from 4 to 5. That's that spend 100 energy, you reduce your ultimate cooldowns from by 4 seconds. So like just now, it just gets you a second off whenever you use a cooldown. Aspect of Violent Shadows, the number range, and almost, geez, that's a huge, almost doubling on the back or on the low end, but what, 50, about a 50%, a little over 50% there. Icy Alchemist aspect chill increased, Shadow Walker aspect damage increased. Holy shit. That went from 25 to 35 to 80 to 100. That's more than that's 300 or 200%, 300% increase, 3 times. Well, the probably something that's just completely irrelevant. So when you cast Dash, Shadow Clone, or a Shadow Clone is spawned. Okay, actually, that's crazy. So now the Shadow Clone, when you cast Dash, Shadow Clone is spawned at your location that also casts Dash. Oh, never mind. That's not as crazy. It just deals more damage. The dash that it does deals damage. So I don't think anybody's gonna be using it, but maybe. Toxic Alchemist damage increased. Aspect, lucky hit chance increased. I'm actually surprised I didn't see a buff to their last ultimate skill, Rain of Arrows, because that felt so bad to use. Out of everything else feels great. Just that one skill just feels terrible. Vengeful aspect, lucky chance, aspect of limited or imitated imbuements duration. Yeah, so your shadow clones mimic your stuff, your imbuements. Um, so got a duration increase. So was that 5 to 9? Casting imbuement skill grants your active shadow clone damage for 5 seconds. So now, so when you cast an imbuement, they last almost twice as long. Damage. Still in vigor, healing increased. Lethal dusk life, kill duration. Noxious ice. Dodge. Sky Hunter energy increased. Grasp of Shadow lucky. Sorcerer enhanced charge bolts damage increased from 24 to 30%. Now benefits from skill ranks. Did it not before? Did charge bolts enhance? So oh, it's the Lightning Nova that casts. Now scales or has better scaling and also scales benefits from skill ranks. So that's nice. Destructive charge bolts damage reduction increase. That's all right. We got a 5%. We gotta go from 20 to 25% damage reduction now when we use charge bolts. Destructive incinerate damage reduction. That's fine because if I'm standing still, I might as well try and get some damage reduction. Ice Blades cast cleanup has been tightened, allowing players to act after it's cast. This is actually huge because Ice Blades sometimes literally just stops what you're doing. Firebolt's initial damage increased. That's fine. Don't use basic skills. Wizard's Firewall maximum increased mana regeneration. Wizard's Blizzard core skill mana costs reduction increased. While you have an active Blizzard, your core skills cost 10% less mana. That's actually crazy. Core skills are going to cost 20% less mana. Supreme Deep Freeze cooldown reduction increased. So this removes. Is this just going to completely remove? Your non-ultimate cooldowns are reduced by 100%. Oh, so it's not a. It removes cooldown. At least you get. Pretty much everything should be off cooldown, I think, by the time it's over. No buffs to like any of this other skill, like no buffs to Fireball, even though that's shit. Frozen Orb either. I wish hoping they would there too. Elemental Dominance now also affects mastery skills. Is that? Oh shit. We're gonna be taking that then. That's go up to 9%, 9% multiplier now for Meteor. Potent Warring duration increased. That is not really relevant for right now, but yeah, when 2 comes around, protection barrier duration increased. I believe that it is this thing, so that's nice. The barrier is going to last 3 seconds instead of 2 seconds when you use a cooldown. Align the elements damage reduction per second increased. Align the elements. Which one is that? Is that one? Where is align the element? Search feature. Oh, it's right here. Never mind. That's actually probably be pretty good because now you get 9 every second. You get 9% increased damage reduction. Then every time you get hit by an elite, it goes back down, but it stacks up to 40%. So might not be bad for damage reduction. Mana shield damage reduction. Damn. Another good one right there. So this is great defensive buffs here. Devouring Blaze, bonus critical strike damage reduced.
Must be nice. All mine got
Okay.
shit on.
Hold on. Yeah. The fucking sorcerer literally gets breathed on and can't even. It struggles to clear tier 70. So whereas like every other class is blowing through tier 70 just fine. Devouring Blaze, bonus critical strike damage reduced, which is on top of all the other critical strike damage. It's kind of crazy. Devouring Blaze, bonus critical strike damage to immobilize, reduce. Oh, good God! Oh my God! Ah, I've been shot. I don't do damage anymore. So currently, Devouring Blaze does 10, 20, 30% increased critical strike damage to burning enemies, and if you mobilize them, you deal 25, 50, 75, and then if you have the +3 from your necklace to that skill, it's 150% increased critical strike damage to against mobilized burning enemies. It's now 30%, so it's going to go up to +3 will be 60% damage to something that is immobilized, or critical strike damage to. That is a.
At least you get to live now, hey bud.
Hey, I get to live, but I'm doing less damage. I already do shit. I also already do awful damage. Now, maybe with the changes with today, maybe the damage will feel much better, but right now it felt terrible killing anything that was not crowd controlled, and they nerfed the glyph or the one of the aspects we actually or that it's like a requirement on every sorcerer, which is the aspect of control, which uh when a target is affected by frozen, immobilized, or stun, you'll deal percent damage increase.
Did they make it not stack for each one?
Yeah, for bosses specifically though, they stated in the in where's it at? It's something with aspect of control, and I was so mad when I was just God damn it, why did they have to do that? Aspect. So fix an issue where aspect of control was applying its damage bonus 3 times for staggered bosses. Because staggered bosses are considered every type of crowd control. Well, now they're only considered one type of crowd control, which really sucks. So unfortunately, that's a huge nerf to our boss killing because it already sucks killing bosses. But maybe all these other changes change that. I don't know. Fiery Surge, mana regeneration, huge mana regeneration. That's 50% or 25. No, 50% increase on the mana regeneration while kill a burning enemy. So that's huge, but unfortunately, yeah, the burning critical strike damage plus the other critical strike damage nerfs is going to feel really bad. It's probably going to feel awful. Destruction Glyph now affects everything like we thought. Spark Enchantment, chance to form Crackling Energy increased. Frozen Orb Enchantment, chance to be cast increased from 20 to 30%. That's pretty decent, a 50% chance now to cast Frozen Orb. 50% increased chance to cast it, casting it before. 20% Incinerated Enchantment, cooldown. Maybe might be doable now. the summon the snake every 14 seconds. Hydra enchantment mana threshold. That's huge. From 300 mana to spend now 200 to spawn a 5-headed Hydra for what, 5 seconds. The Hydra left. 5 seconds for 200 mana now, which is pretty easy to cast or to spend, and probably can honestly get one of those up pretty frequently. Actually, might be. We'll probably play around with.
How much gold you got?
20 mil or some shit. Not a whole lot. Enough to do a little bit. I was trying to collect some shit yesterday, but I didn't get a whole lot of gear that was actually really worthwhile to collecting. Aspect of efficiency, mana cost reduction. Now affects also mastery skill. Okay. That the when you cast after casting a basic skill reduces the cost of your next mana, but I don't use basic skills because we have enough.
Must be nice. Druid can't do that.
Well, when you stack a bunch of regeneration and you cast skills slowly to where you're not spending it fast enough, it works out pretty well.
Zero regen, and I get to cast my spell 4 times, and then I'm out of mana.
So
Doesn't matter how slowly I cast it.
So they buffed Armageddon, the aspect Armageddon, which is when you cast Inferno, I believe. Yeah, so they buffed that one by almost 50%, or almost doubling it. Damage the meteorites do. Then Shattered Stars is when you cast meteorites fall around it. Got a small 25% damage increase there. Serpentine aspect, Hydra duration reduction reduced. That's nice. So now you can have 2 Hydras, and you can get it only reduces its duration by 10% now at max instead of 20%. That's a little bit. Glacial aspect, ice spikes, bonus damage, frozen enemies reduced. That's fun because that's part of the the Blizzard one-shotting build. You know, we can't have it. We're not supposed to actually kill Uber Lilith as a sorcerer, except if you want to spend 12 minutes doing it. Aspect of frozen tundra, ice spikes, damage.
Did they ever confirm if some of her hitboxes are broken or not?
Some people said.
confirmed?
I think the issue.
like
I think
some
the
of
issue
them
is it's because there's a latency is the problem.
Yeah, it might be.
If you're playing, if you're at 100 ping, you're 1 second delayed, so it's just a lot easier. So if you're at like a 2 second, or half of that, at least you have half the time to react to it. So glacial aspect ice spike bonus damage to frozen enemies was significantly reduced. The glacial ice spike damage increased, which I believe that's just the ice spikes that are formed when you cast the blizzard or whatever the hell it is. Aspect of frozen tundra ice spike damage increased. They're really wanting to buff those ice spikes, just not the multiplier that it was doing. The flat damage they're doing. Chill duration chill applied got buffed. Aspect of biting cold, chance to apply vulnerable to frozen enemies increased. So that's the aspect in life and mana restore per second. This is cast case aspect. Yeah, while deep freeze, you just get more life and duration. Stable aspect, chance to free cast. This is have a higher chance, I guess, to trigger a free cast. 5 to 10 to 7 to 12% chance to spawn a free skill. Aspect of splintering energy, chance to spawn a lightning spear. 50% chance increase to spawn additional lightning spear. Aspect unbroken feather, chance to spawn additional, or chance for additional chain lightning chains. Got a small little increase here. Get to bounce up to time. 2 additional times, so buff for chain lightning. Gloves Illuminator Fireball damage reduction. Hey, Fireball no longer does 75% reduced damage, it now only does 65% damage when you use the skill that it or use the staff, I believe is what it is. Oh, it's gloves. So the gloves, you deal 65 to 75% less damage with Fireball, but it bounces, explodes. But now it's 55 to 65. It's still like, I don't think that's worthwhile. Like, at least I guess it's, you roll on the lowest side, it's now
How does it bounce? Does it like bounce in a straight line
yeah,
from like?
yep, and
Okay.
it also doesn't start from where your cursor is. It has it's a set distance. Yeah, it's
Awkward.
yes, and then Isu's heirloom critical strike chance from speed increased. That's nice. I was looking at, actually, I was tried running those boots, but unfortunately did the mana cost reduction. But with we might not. An overflowing cameo chance to release a lightning nova. The necklace of yeah, so 50% chance to release a lightning nova. Collect crackling energy. All right. Well, I guess that's everything. So a lot of nerfs, especially to survivability across the board. Except our sorcerer's got a bunch of buffs on that side, but they needed it. But overall, a lot of nerfs occur. The aspect of disobedience being nerfed was actually now I only get 30%. Increase my armor up to 30%.
Oh, dude, my build is like